Hey YouTube, first of all, hello to my returning subscribers, and hello to potential new subscribers and new viewers to my channel. Welcome. So today I'm actually going to talk about a subject that's actually been commented a lot on YouTube, on Instagram, that I've been reading and all that. And it's about, is joining the United States Air Force the right decision? Like, should I decide to join or not? And it's such a very, I want to say touchy subject, but it's very difficult because each person will join with their own reasoning or why they want to join. So from what I'm about to say is all about my opinion and my point of perspective. So here we go. I kind of differentiate, like, these people, like, this is a good choice for you if you're these kind of people, or like not these kind, but what you might fall into, and then maybe you want to think about it before joining if you kind of fall here. So the number one thing is, if you're very patriotic, if this is something that runs in your family, or you just want to serve your country, you definitely should join. It's such a great, way, knowing that you are part of a bigger entity, and something like what you're actually doing is very impactful. It's actually doing much for not only, yourself, but the people of the United States and your country and all that. So definitely, if you're patriotic, I would definitely look into it. I think it is a right choice. So again, I'm just highly emphasizing this is all my opinion, point, and perspective, but that's definitely something that I would think so as well. Another one is, if you've lived in a very sheltered life, in my opinion, like for me, I think it's something very good to do because it breaks you out of that shell. It puts you into situations that you may have never been put in, and it helps you develop skills and traits that are very helpful. It helps you learn life skills and other things, and just being a stronger person, more independent, and all that. Like, when you very dependent on your family, if you live that kind of lifestyle, you're not going to grow. You're going to grow substantially being in the United States Air Force, because you're doing things that you have never experienced before. But that's not only people who live in shelter lives, but anyone in particular and all that. Another one I like to say is, if you really don't know what you want to do career wise. What I mean that, like, if you're a little shy from going to school, like, I don't want to go to school right now, I just graduated from high school, but or school isn't for my thing. I don't really know what I want to do with my life or what career path to follow. I think going to the United States Air Force, because you can sign for 6 or 4 years, and when you boil it down, it's not. It is a good significant portion of your life, but it isn't substantial, especially if you go younger. So definitely keep that in mind. Maybe the United States Air Force can guide you, or it can prepare you and give you the skills and necessary, traits that you need, that can help you build your resume, build those things, or help you maybe start toward classes, and you might pick something up while in your Air Force career from doing all the many different things, being in the Air Force, and then can light that spark and say, hey, this is what I want to do. This is what I'm passionate about. I think with those the people who are like in that little part, like, I don't know what to do with my life. I think it's very right decision to join the United States Air Force. I think that's one of the big things. That's a right decision for them. That's just my opinion as well. So those are like those three ones I mentioned. I really think if you fall in one of those, you joining the United States Air Force is like the right decision. I think it's something that you can actually enjoy and know what you like to do and all that, and it will help you leaps and bounds in so many different ways. I would, if you're thinking, like, for one, maybe you should like, not double check, but really soul search and look into if you're going to the Air Force is maybe a choice. Is number one is, I think if you think as the Air Force as, something that, as like a, you'll be able to travel the world, there is a high chance that you, not high chance, let me take that back. There is a chance, I'm just going to leave it at a chance, for you to be stationed overseas or places across the United States where you can travel, experience new cultures, just see different places. But at the same time, there is a chance that you might be put in one base and you might be there in your entire enlistment. There have been people stationed stateside where they stayed for their 6 year tenure. They never PCSed or changed, or what in normal talk is, change locations. You might be stuck in a base, and that's happened before, and there is a chance like that. It's one of those disappointing things that people get into the Air Force and they decide not to reenlist, is because they never got to move to a new base, experience new experience, and meet new people and all that. It's happened. So if you think the Air Force is going to be something where you're going to travel the world, I'm not trying to knock your dream. I'm not trying to say anything negative about the Air Force. I'm just saying there's a possibility you're not going to be stationed somewhere where it's great remotely like that compared to other bases. So keep that in mind. There is a chance, but if you're thinking of that as a main reason, factor of why you want to join the United States Air Force, keep in mind that that's not one of the. There's a good chance that it might not happen. So keep that in mind. Another one is if you're thinking of joining the United States Air Force to become rich or like paying on that. I'm gonna keep it this simple. The Air Force is a good, decent paying job. The benefits make it better. You're gonna be able to live through that. Are you gonna be a millionaire? No, sadly not. So keep that in mind. Like you're gonna like thinking of like I'll be able to buy a house. I'll be able to drive new cars. That's possible if you know how to save and budget your money. But it's not gonna if you're thinking of like you're gonna become rich and all that, and also do all these amazing things with money. It's just not plausible. It's not the right thinking, and that's not something you should. Benefits wise, it's amazing stuff on top of your base pay and all that. But truthfully, some people do live check by check in the Air Force, and even all in the military. If you don't know how to budget your money or save, and you're spending outlandishly, it's going to be difficult in my point of view. So keep that in mind if you're thinking about, well, I'm going to be rich when I join the United States Air Force. You're going to define rich first, but then second is understand that that money can only go so far depending on how you spend it and what you do with it as well and all that. I think the last thing, if you think joining the United States Force is you're gonna be able to do all these things, like if you're gonna go to combat, go out there and do all these great big things. I'm just gonna tell you right now, there's a chance for that to happen. Yes, you might go out, deploy, hostile environments and all that, and be in the middle combat zones. Yes, that does happen. At the same time, there's a chance you might never deploy. You might be just stationed at home doing an admin job, doing a job where it doesn't really require. You might be doing a job like services where you're just, cooking food and all that at a base. You're just feeding the people at the base who might, eventually go out and deploy. You might be doing a job like, what is it, being at the gym. You might be doing a job like, office job, like a human resource job, sort of like that. Jobs with just computers. There's a chance you might not be doing like combat things if you're thinking that like you're going to be like that GI Joe and stuff. So to get out of that mind, if you really think that's going to be what you want, maybe you should look into different branches. Just keep that in mind so you're not being out. Your expectations are higher than what you're actually expecting to what reality is. So the reason I said it's like, is that the right decision? I think if you fall in any kind of categories like those, you just need to double check. Like if the Air Force is maybe something very different from what your expectation is. There's other things like if you're close to like barely meeting your fitness goals, it's maybe something to look into. Maybe it's not, because the Air Force has put more emphasis on your fitness goals and all that, and just being ready and combat fit. If you maybe aren't as mentally strong and stuff, or you're homesick and stuff, maybe it's not something for you. If you're gonna miss your family, if you're not used to being away, it's there's so many different aspects that go into it. And to see like say, is the Air Force the right fit for you? It's very hard, I think, from my point of views. If those things, if you're very patriotic, if you want to grow as a person, if you don't know what your career path, like what you want to do with life, I think it's a great choice to join the United States Air Force. So guys, comment below, let me know what you think. Subscribe to my channel, like my video, share it, and let me know if you think joining the military was the right choice for you guys. I think it was the right choice for me. I enjoyed my time and I was excited about it. So thank you and happy holidays.